Welcome to Finding the Voices. I am Akhu Chingangbam.
Tiddim Road te aina bas ma bungai re Moi rang lai harau ba.
Hi, I'm Akhu Chingangbam. Welcome to Finding the Voices. Right now we are in Imphal and we have joining us. Imphal Talkies team has been one of the very popular requests from many of the listeners of Finding the Voices, and I think it's almost 1 year. So it actually took us 1 year to coordinate this whole show. So welcome to our show.
Thank you for having us. I'm Akhu. I sing in the band,
And I'm Singthoi, and I do percussionist in this band.
so we are still waiting for Sachin, the guy who plays guitar in the band. I think he's on the way.
Okay. So while we wait for Sachin, how about Akhu, you give a little detail about yourself?
I think I should talk about the band itself. The band was formed in summer of 2008. There was a time I was doing my PhD. So, I mean, from early 2000s, I have been writing lots of my own stuff, like music, songs, and poetry. So when in 2008, luckily I got some scholarship. So that's the time I thought I should go back home and record my music. So when I came to Imphal, the only person that I could relate to through music is Sachin. He has been jamming with me like in Delhi. He studied in Chandigarh. So we kept meeting often. I mean like twice a year every time he visits Delhi. So that's how I got him in the band. So there was 2008, I think May or June. So we had like 12 songs, and then we jammed for like 15 days in my house, and then we hit the studio and hired a drummer, because we never had a drummer or a percussionist in the band, and we never had a bassist. So we hired two guys who are already like in the music scene. So they help us out in recording our debut album, Tiddim Road. So that's how it happened, and then we call ourselves Imphal Talkies. And then my sister was also part of the band. Now she's like on a sabbatical thing away from the band, because she's studying and busy doing her own stuff. And Singthoi joined us like very recently. Every time we jam around in Imphal, he would be like next to us, hitting bathtub, what do you call those?
Kudeng.
Yeah, kudeng bucket. So I asked him like very frankly, you want to play in the band? And then the next thing I know was like he already bought this Keon, the Latin American percussion. So that's how he joined the band, and we started performing here and there. Recently we went to Zero Festival of Music in Arunachal, which we had lots of fun. So nothing much.
So how did you come up with the band name Imphal Talkies?
Well, it's long, I don't know. Imphal Talkies, used to be a very cool place. Not so cool, but for us when we were growing up, because that's the place where the adult movies are being shown.
Okay.
And then we used to bunk school to go for those movies. And it's always it's something very secret that you don't even tell your parents. They don't know about that.
You would sneak out and go.
Yeah. So when I name Imphal Talkies, there's sense of nostalgia, about those innocent days. And not only that, and my music, the band's music, itself, I wanted to represent Imphal itself, the talking Imphal, in terms of what's happening in the town. And I think that's what we have been trying to do. I don't know whether we are successful or not so far, but that's what our music tries to say, like, whether it's good or bad, something that's happening, and I'm sorry that we can't have a solution, because I'm not here to give a solution. I'm just here to tell stories.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said you did PhD. So actually, what is your background in academics?
I did my PhD in physics. I work on cosmology. So we deal, the whole acceleration of the universe, starting from Big Bang to the current universe. So in my research work, we used to construct models of universe with string theory inspired, stuff.
So right now you are singing full time, or you have?
Yeah, it's been a year that I'm doing it for full time. I was working in Thailand for a year, and then I left it because I want to do this.
Okay, so like physics and then singing. So when did that whole morphing of your career happen?
I was always singing in my room. Only the thing is, like, when in 2007, Dr. Binaik and doctor, who has been serving those people in, I think, Chhattisgarh, was arrested by Chhattisgarh police without any warrant or without telling anything like what has been done. So that's the time I started singing in the streets of Delhi. So there's a group called People Union for Democratic Rights. So I had a couple of friends in that organization. So just after Binaik was arrested, they asked me, like, Akhu, are you interested to sing in a protest event? I said, why not? Then I went there and performed. From that point, I never looked back. I have always been, like, in many protest events in Delhi, and there was a time also that I was doing my PhD also. It's like parallel thing, going on.
Okay. And then, like, it kind of overtook the end, and so now you're...
Yeah, I think otherwise, if I had not been into music, I think I would have been, like, very settled and earning and
What do you mean, settled?
like settled with family and all. But this thing has dragged me, like, I don't know, somewhere which I don't even know what I'm gonna do in 5 years. So it's quite challenging.
So, traditionally in Manipur, again, being an artist, I think it's still a barrier for parents to accept. Do you have any conflict with your family?
Still, sometimes they remind me that, you can still work.
Okay.
You can still be a teacher somewhere. So that keeps happening, but I think I'm too stubborn to stick to what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing. But now I think they don't care much also, I think.
Now they have accepted.
Yes.
Okay. So in terms of your career, I do see you performing not only in Manipur but nationally, traveling. So would you say you are struggling, or it has reached a momentum wherein you can sustain yourself?
Doing music and sustaining is very different. It's impossible. To get money through music. So I perform a lot. Recently, a couple of months ago, I did a original soundtrack for MTV documentary series called Rebel Music. So they paid me a lot of money for that. Unexpectedly, which I didn't expect.
That's good.
Because yeah, thanks. So if I keep having this kind of project, which I'm also interested,
Yeah.
So it would have been great. It would have been a great journey. But no. But in India, I think musicians are very at the low end. Like no one wants to pay them, yet everyone wants them to perform.
Right. And so
And-
most of the protests and other events
Yeah.
you go, it's more like please come and
Yeah, now I get money. I openly ask.
Okay.
I ask for money because
yeah.
if they want
I mean,
me,
you're doing it full time and you have to sustain it somehow,
exactly,
right?
exactly. So, but so far it's very hard for me.
Okay.
I saved some money in Thailand when I was working. So that money I spent on my the Imphal Music Project thing and all. But it's a very interesting project because here in this music project I try to collaborate with other artists.
Okay.
So far we have done a song on Bangladesh with a friend from Bombay called Sumit Bhattacharya, and then other episode we did with Guru Ruben Masangwa and Rahul Ram of Indian Ocean. So, but now I can't do that because there's no money. I did it, just to make myself happy. But now I don't have money, so it's kind of stop, full stop. So I would love to continue when I have money. So, but it's very hard. I mean, doing music and trying to live, and I'm not teaching
So
anywhere.
before you used to teach.
No. In Thailand it was research actually that I was doing.
Okay.
But you get paid well, and then life was easier. And he works in a bank.
So you are
So-
working
Yeah.
Yeah, he works in UBI, United
Bank of India.
and you're doing part-time for
Yeah.
Imphal Talkies.
No,
So,
it's not a part-time thing. It's like full-time. Full-time. Everything is full-time.
okay. No, but if you have to travel, like, doesn't it conflict your schedule?
Sometimes, but I have to manage it, right? Anyhow, so I manage to do everything in perfect timing and all.
So you said you have joined the band, I think it's less than a year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
understand.
So before that, what were you doing?
I was even I was working then. I was working in UBI itself. So I used to hang around with all the people here in Imphal, and I used whenever there's some party or anything, I used to
Drink a lot?
drink a lot and jump a lot, using some tubs, this thing. But I have done some courses in my Taipung and all before when I was.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I know
So
some.
you had an interest from, earlier on.
Earlier on, yeah.
Okay.
So I started my Taipung when I was at class 2, I think so. Studying in class 2, and after that, when I go, I was not studying here in Nepal after my 5th standard. So after that, I went there. I started learning tablas and all, drums and all. So I have something that it's my music, this drumming things, whatever it is, tabla, drum, whatever it is,
Anything you can
anything I can drum.
Okay.
I love to
but
drum.
basically I think he's more of a rapper.
Looks like
So how has been your experience being with Imphal Talkies?
it's it's very it's different. It's what I was it's totally different. In music, coming to the professional music stuff, it's totally different. It changes the way I my everything and I feel really good that Daku just I'm not a professional.
you.
Yeah, I'm not a
Yeah,
professional.
no one is professional. I'm not professional. I know only 2 chord G and C. So that's what I play. So I don't think we are professional.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
But we do
we do.
seriously.
So, how many songs have you, your own production, how many songs have you produced so far?
A lot, I think. See, now the production is it's very difficult to say what kind of a production you're talking about, is it the one recorded in studio or the one you recorded in your bathroom? Because I have many songs that I have recorded in my.
Okay, so how about we backtrack a little bit? Tell me about the first time you started recording, and then how you progressed. Now, of course, it's more professional ambience in a studio. So your experience, your talents.
In studio, I don't do much. For me, whatever that we have recorded is like I write the song and then put the tune in it, and then my friend Sachin, who is yet to arrive. So he's the one who arranges the structure of the song. Like here we should play this verse, and after that we should have an interlude. This kind of thing. So he's the one basically who manages this thing, and he also censors like lyrics.
Okay.
So what I write, he thinks like sometimes it's very what do you call provocative.
Okay.
Also. So he censors like you should use this word, not that. So he takes care of that very little. So those are kind of ordinary normal recording that. But nowadays I think I'm recording a lot on my own with a recorder in my room. So at some point I think it's not necessary to go to studio, because I'm bored of recording in studio, because it's the same shit and I want to record outdoor now, like in the field, somewhere you have the ambience of the thing.
So when you write the lyrics, how do you get your inspiration, in the sense that is it something which you see, like just wanted to get a sense of how do you come up with your lyrics and your songs?
There are instances like for example, like I have a song called Kutumina.
Yes, I have heard that.
Yeah, so that song was inspired by a conversation that I had with a friend. His name is Boo. I've never talked about this conversation before. So this,
That's good.
yeah. So this guy was in Delhi, and then we were like old friends. So I heard that he's around in Delhi, and then he never contacted me. So I kinda dig other friends to get his number.
Okay.
So I got his number, and then I called this guy Abdul. Then I asked him, where are you, Abdul? And then he said he's next to he's in Mehroli, it's the place where you have Qutub Minar.
Okay.
So I said, why the fuck, it's so far from all the place that we stay. And then so I asked him like, what are you doing exactly in Mehroli? And then he says, oh, I'm taking care of Qutub Minar. All these Americans, you don't know, they're trying to put the second-hand Maruti engine and they're trying to take it off. So that's the thing that inspired me. So I make it political, the whole thing about bargaining it with AFSPA and all. So that's how the song came out.
So out of all your songs, I think you have had a very oh, come on. So now Sachin has joined us. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
So how about you share a little bit about yourself?
I'm from Singzam actually, and I did my schooling from Chuchanpur in Don Bosco High School. And after that I joined over here at CC High Secondary School, and by the time we didn't know each other. He was a year senior to me, I think, and we met later on in Delhi through a common friend. Then right from the beginning he was very inspirational to me. He would sing, he would sing a lot of these freaky songs.
In Delhi.
I would say, in Delhi. It was new, and it was more or less like.
But were you in the same hostel? Or?
No.
He was in Chandigarh, and
I
he used to
studied at
come often to Delhi.
Okay.
Because he finds Chandigarh boring, I think.
And whenever I used to go to Chandigarh, then I would have to stop over at Delhi. Then I would meet him for sure. Then we used to play the guitar together, sing together. Then I think from that moment onwards, it eventually started. The whole thing started from the roots took place at the time.
Okay. So it has been a long journey, I would say.
Yeah.
So far, right?
Yeah.
So in your opinion, can you share how the growth has been?
The growth, as far as the growth is concerned, then we have been moving on quite well. But then due to our geographical distances, actually he has been. It's not been long. He has been staying in Manipur. He used to stay in Delhi. Then I came over here after my masters.
Okay.
So we were apart. We were apart most of the time. So doing music together was a very difficult thing for us. Actually, we would talk over the phone. Then whenever he used to come for the holidays and all, then we would jam together. So we had very little time to jam together or discuss about the songs. But then whenever he used to come, then we made it sure that we would record one song.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we would record one song.
Okay. So I hear that you are the main person who edits the lyrics.
Yeah. Most of
So
them.
can you share, some of the experience where you have to really edit out and cut off?
Yeah,
What
the
Akhu
final
has
thing
written?
passed through him. So
Actually, it's not. It's editing in a way, but it's more or less like polishing it, just giving the finishing touches. Sometimes when he writes in Manipuri and when he writes in English, then there are times when it is not it doesn't the whole rhythm or the lyrics does not fit into a distinct rhythm, rhyme or rhythm.
So it's more the rhyming.
It's more the rhyming. At times, most of the times I don't like to touch his lyrics or make many big changes.
Okay.
But at times, some of the content, I censor them.
Okay.
I censor some of the content.
How about sharing one of them?
We have Langho Larembigi Manairosa, and then he used to say Masananba Matulonba Tai Punba Office to Pamba Moina. Say Matu is a little bit, let's call it Nupi. Nupi Lonba is more common, and things like that.
So I have shared earlier also when I started my podcast. It's been actually a year now. And people started requesting. Your team was one of the top requesters. Like people requested. And I was very amazed that I think you have a very strong bonding with people all over. And this is, I think, during a time when you might not have started traveling. And so I was very touched by that. So what is your experience? What do you think about the whole response from the public on your songs?
it's pleasing. I mean, as a musician who was never trained, so it's very pleasing that our songs can touch so many people. But sometimes also it's very scary. Once when when people have now people actually have an expectation from us that they keep telling us like why don't you write a song on this, but we don't do that kind of stuff. We don't write just song on anything. There are people who wants me to write songs on the government digging every damn street in Imphal. Why should I? But I don't care of that. I mean, we work on songs that we care about, whether it's political or whether it's the matter of our broken heart. So we deal with such things that we really care and we feel good about, So when people started, expecting things, then it's difficult. At the same time, because you want to please them also, and then, but we are being very, I think, straight. Like we don't do. I mean, we don't perform like at any gig. I mean, when people approach, we have been asked to perform at bars. We have been asked to perform at, so we don't do shows at bar because with the kind of thing that we sing, I don't think it's appropriate to sing in front of I think people who goes to okay, I shouldn't say that.
No, it's okay, come on.
For me, it was
This
quite.
is Finding the Voices. You can tell anything.
As far as things are concerned, for me, I think it's quite unexpected. the first time we recorded the songs, it was due to our love for music. I would say, rather, he had a bunch of songs, some good songs. Then he came to my house and said, I want to record these songs. And at the time I didn't have a guitar, proper guitar also even. Then I said, well, we can do it. And we did not have any kind of experience for recordings and all, how you lay tracks, how you walk in the studio. And eventually we overcame it, and after that, after our first album, we started to receive feedbacks, good feedbacks, bad feedbacks.
What is your first album?
Tiddim Road. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we would usually used to talk over the phone. He would say, yeah, it's going on well in Delhi, you know, and little guys, our juniors, they are singing this song, and they have appreciated such and such songs, and we would be very happy. We would be very happy, in fact. But then after that, we did some more songs, some singles like Eche, then recently Lullaby. Then I don't know how, you know, this whole thing, the Imphal Talkies and Akhu, it's really due to his effort, I would say. And this Imphal Talkies is such a boom in the internet now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No, I was quite.
And I'm not quite internet savvy, and I'm not into this thing.
He's very academic. He's currently doing a PhD at Manipur University in English.
Oh, okay.
So it's very recently that I opened my Facebook account also. Okay. And after seeing it on Facebook, wow, everything has grown out of proportions.
Like famous. That's what I'm saying. I was so surprised. Like many people like requesting, Eche, when are you going to cover Imphal Talkies? I'm like, yeah, we are working on it. So yeah. Yeah, but then expectations have risen, and we have to work really hard. Actually, for us, he joined very recently, and you know, we have to train as a whole unit now. Right.
So
we've been trying to record our second album since last November.
Okay.
And see, it's been a year and we couldn't do anything because when I'm free, he'll be busy.
Yeah, time constraints.
And when he's free, I'll be busy. So it happened. I mean, we were supposed to start recording, then my grandfather passed away, and then now I'm kind of free, and then now he has a seminar paper to submit, and then he's working on it, and then this guy is busy, you know, giving loans to people. So it's like
I
very
know where
hard.
to come and get loans.
But I don't give loans. Bank gives the loan.
But then we always find time to, you know, we try to find quality time to do our work. Whenever we meet, then we never lose, we never kill the time. We put it in some fruitful manner. We always jam and all.
We always jam, and then the next time when we jam, I would ask him to play that thing, and then he would say, what did I play? He won't remember anything.
Most of the music I play is through improvisation. So I don't usually remember all the licks. If he catches a fancy of some beautiful licks, then I'll not be able to play it the next time. It comes on momentary, instantly, like spontaneous.
So what do you know, I know that you are working on a song, but what are you looking forward to? What kind of projects and...
I would love to do lots of projects. I have many things in my mind. I want to do a song with kids from an orphanage. I started talking to one woman who works in some orphanage. So I've been like, it's just you know, starting, because I need to interact with the children there, because and that interaction has to be very, you know, close, you know, and you can't just go there like one day and then make a song with the kids, because the kids need to be taught, or like, you know, or I should, you know, mold myself, you know, to be like them, right? To do this thing together. Because I think after Lullaby, I think I want to do music more with children, because there is so much I don't know,
potentialities.
Yes, innocence there. I mean, which you can't find in other people.
It was a very nice experience.
So I saw the video, and I think even before you made your own video, if I remember,
there is two video which I don't even know who made. So they put lots of child soldier from Africa, you know, the footage is and then made. So it was actually good. So it's very nice actually in a way. But we are not that big, you know, to inspire the people to make videos of our songs. So.
No, but they did it, right? I mean, you didn't even know, like, you just put out the audio.
They did the same thing for Eche also. Eche, you know, they made a very nice video. It was quite good enough. Good enough. I will not call it excellent, but it was good enough.
Okay.
The images were powerful and they made it nice. Then for Manglan also, they made an animated animated video. Someone made an animated video.
That's cool.
So, you know, coming back to Lullaby, like, can you share a little detail on, you know, working with the kids? And now that I know, you know, working with them, you're inspired to do more projects with kids.
See, that's a very old song, Lullaby. I think I wrote it like in 2008. And the last verse and all, Sachin and I sat down when we started jamming. And then I put a line. I mean, that's how we make things, complete the song. But working with the kids are all my cousins and my nieces.
Somewhere from the studio where we recorded, the recordist, he's a very good friend of mine, Ian Chandra. So somewhere his brother's kids.
Okay.
So basically it starts like.
So the comfort level was there.
Yeah.
Them personally.
So I used to jam. I am still jamming a lot with my these kids.
Okay.
Because I'm planning to record a song on Loktak.
Okay.
So this part, the same thing, the chorus, I want them to sing, but still they can't get the thing properly. I don't know.
He's training them well. And
I'm teaching them also. Yes.
At one point I said, you know, Akhu, the kids are singing better than you. They're singing better than you. You should learn. Yeah, some of them they sang very well in the recording.
So now, you know, when you go for shows, do the organizers select what you have to sing, or you kind of pick from your own collection?
No. We don't allow organizers to select. But there was a time that I don't know what should I say.
Why not?
I was kicked out from a festival.
Really?
So they put my name in the artist list, and then without really knowing what do I sing about.
I see.
So I think the guy who managed the thing, so I think they Google about me and all, and then I think they stumble upon this song called I See Blood in Your Hands. And then I think they just decided that I can't be part of this. So this is a secret, thing. They call me up and say you can't be there without much telling you.
But did you, you didn't know this before you went?
No, I didn't go. I didn't go at all.
I thought like you would.
No. It was not like that.
Okay.
They can't do that way, I think. They're not allowed. So that kind of thing is there. But as a band, I think what we do is that. What we do is presenting ourselves as telling some kind of a story that it has been very hard to digest in reality also. So that's the kind of music that we do, and the organizers call you and then tell you not to do this. Then what's the point of doing the same thing? It's like walking. You can't walk free in Imphal. Look at the police. Look at things that's happening around. You can't just walk like that. You'll be frisked everywhere. Now I don't want to go to Shanghai Festival because I was told that there are like 3-4 security that you have to pass through when you enter. So I know it's scary. I don't want to go. With the amount of bomb blasts that we have in a couple of days in the last 2-3 weeks, so it's very scary. So we should we should sing more, we should write more, I think we should protest more, I think. But I don't think people are doing that enough in this place.
But do you think, because of the kind of lyrics you write and because of your interest, that it curbs you from performing? Like, you shared one example. Do you think like that's a big hurdle for you?
Personally, see, my parents don't want me to write this kind of stuff. Because sometimes there are people who tell my mother, that I am doing this, that, it's not good. I think they're kind of scaring my parents because we do sing this kind of stuff. But yeah, personally it's very hard. There's no money in it.
Yeah.
so it's hard.
Because it is not, I mean, they are not commercial songs, so we don't...
Yeah, we don't do for films, or we don't do...
Yeah.
So it's very hard. So, but I've been for past 1 year, I think I've been trying to do full-time music. So recently, Imphal Talkies was selected as like one of the 33 artists chosen from around the world, because it's there was something, because I really don't know how do they get to know about us, because it's not it's an album compiled by groups from Brazil, Venezuela, and Manchester University.
Wow,
so they picked 33 artists from 33 countries.
Oh, wow.
So Imphal Talkies was one of the band, and in that album, if you go through all the artists, the 32 other artists, they're awesome. I mean, they are not some artist who does music for music's sake. It's more than that. There was a guy called Emmanuel Jan. He was a child soldier in Sudan.
Okay.
So he started doing music, and he's doing excellent stuff for the kids in Sudan, trying to provide free education in all over the country. So those are the kind of artists in that album. So it was very encouraging for us, but still
So when is this, like, you are selected?
It came out, it got released in UK.
Oh, it's already released.
Yes, in October 23rd, I think it got released in UK.
Okay.
So so there was something, because I think it was because of YouTube and other stuff.
Right.
Because it really helps. I mean, people here keep complaining about it, we don't have a manager, we don't have platforms and all, but YouTube is the best platform that you can have, because
it's very powerful.
Yeah, because if you're saying something very honest, then no one can stop you. I think that's the motto. I think if you want to do something in any field of art, I think no one can stop you if you really want to do something.
Right. I think in a way your fans are very important, and I understand about the finance part. We have to work on that. People have to support the artists, because I think at the end of the day, because you have to pay the bill and you search for a job, then you would not be contributing as how you are in your music. So if people love your music, then I think people have to support your music, right? So what would be your message to your fans and supporter of your music?
I mean, there are actually people who have supported us financially. Lots of friends, very good friends. So they're there, but I don't know how to say this, because nowadays I don't think even printing physical CD is helpful, because no one buys.
Yeah.
It's all,
the
it's
CD
all,
world is gone.
It's all this online thing.
Right.
So I don't know what to say to people. I should say keep listening, and if possible pay us also.
Nowadays the real earning, if you become a musician, then the real earning comes from performances, staging on the stage, performing gigs and all.
So do you enjoy the live performance?
Yeah, I enjoy. I mean, much more, because I love to interact with crowd.
So how, I mean, like, can you share a little detail about some of your performance and the response from the audience?
I don't know. I mean, in Manipur, I don't know. I mean, in Manipur, we always had fun performing, because
in Manipur,
because
his voice was drowned in the cheers and when he sang Qutub Minar, then I couldn't hear his vocals, and I had a very hard time sulking and all. I haven't performed with him outside Manipur, unfortunately.
He's kind of busy this time also when Zero Festival happened. So
Thank you everyone for watching Finding the Voices, and today a special ending with Imphal Talkies giving us a brief song.
Amma Anni Ahumari,
Amma Anni Ahumari,
Aikoya bokto brinda bunde halakle Aikoya bokto brinda bunde halakle Radha do chara helhowe hai Radha do chara helhowe hai October Krishna do October Krishna do Feminist mayam namaru pokhowi Feminist mayam namaru pokhowi Ama ani ahum mari Ama ani ahum mari Prime Minister Naradhagi Prime Minister Naradhagi Acha acha til ihai howi Acha acha til ihai howi Chadab yade do Radhadi Chadab yade do Radhadi Chadab yade do Radhadi Yade do Radhadi Sharmila nate do madi Sharmila nate do madi Bharat miyamgi lai inuki Bharat miyamgi lai inuki Chadab yade do Radhadi Yade do Radhadi Mahani ahumari Mahani ahumari
Oh, this is great. Thank you.